Can you satisfy all of your automotive needs and desires for the average price of a new car? We think you can. It's the eBay Challenge, $35,000. Today on After Drive, come back and check it out. Hey, so welcome to After Drive, except no imitations. This is the original After Drive with Mike and Zach from Classic Car Club Manhattan. You guys have a new place. We are in our new place at the Drive in Brooklyn.
So you're in Brooklyn. We thought of coming here, but we didn't want to change our name.
Well, you know,
Classic Car Club Brooklyn. Sounds cool. We'd have to re-register.
New website.
This
is
is Brooklyn.
a nightmare, you know?
Yeah,
But we have something in common. We're both waterfront purists now.
That's
so
true.
You guys are here in the beautiful Industry City, in your new showroom, garage, filled with Porsches of various builds.
Now we just need boats.
We just need boats.
And we're on Pier 76, so you open up all of our garage doors right onto the Hudson River.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's pretty fancy.
You have a great new space. I am obviously hipper than you guys. I don't know if you noticed from the pajamas.
Although I actually live in Brooklyn and you live in New Jersey.
I live not quite in New Jersey, but kind of far and a very unhip place.
Yeah. But this is great. Really nice space. Also, Pier 76. Anybody wants to come to the new Classic Car Club, come check it out.
That's right.
Happy to show you around.
Cool. It's a really nice place where the police used to keep their horses.
Yeah, we changed horses for horsepower. It's good.
See that? We upgraded. And the
and
horses
we put
went
more
to
cars in the stable.
Yeah. And the horses went to the new Mercedes-Benz building.
Oh, that's right. That's
true.
Yeah.
Circular.
Horses and car buildings.
I don't know what to think of all this.
What would you think if you bought an apartment building in the Mercedes-Benz building, and then there was horses?
And now they're horses?
Personally, I would get a kick out of that.
Wait, are there people living there and the horses are downstairs?
Yeah, the horses have like $1 million ventilation system down the ground floor.
The horses have the best condo in there.
It's crazy.
They deserve it, man.
New York is insane.
New York
this is like
insane.
an insane city.
It is.
But we're going to try to keep it less insane. The thing that we normally do here for the eBay Challenge is we set a figure and then we try to fulfill all our automotive needs and desires within that dollar figure.
And all the cars have to be on eBay.
Right. They have to be on eBay.
They have to exist on eBay. So you can't just say, I would have gotten a Z06. Well, you have to find it and you have to find it with the right price and all that. We suggest that you play along. Put your cars in the comments. We will either salute or make fun of you, but mostly salute you because why not?
And if you buy one of the cars, you get the infamous Jim Bauer Award.
Jim Bauer Award.
We will send you a CCC T-shirt.
As demonstrated by you, Zach.
Yeah, there we go.
You're fully
CCC
outfitted.
T-shirt. This is our new one. It's like a non-T-shirt. It's a black flag. It's a black flag.
Yeah, wow.
And we got jackets back in stock, but go for that Jim Bauer Award. It's
It's
highly coveted. Jim Bauer, one of my heroes.
Well, if you're not aware of the Jim Bauer Award, Jim Bauer was a viewer who bought one of the cars we talked about here on a previous show.
Yeah. And he sorted it out quite nicely. It was a E30 wagon.
Yeah, which I think may actually be for sale again now. So you could get the double Jim Bauer Award if you buy Jim Bauer's Jim Bauer Award car.
You should get 2 jackets if you buy Jim Bauer's car.
Seriously, you should buy Jim Bauer's car because he does a really nice job. And he takes care of them.
Yeah.
He's a car guy.
All right.
That said, it has to be one of the actual cars.
Right.
If he has a Del Sol, don't just go buy any Del Sol and say you get the Jim Bauer Award. It has to be the one that he picked out.
Right. And $35,000 is what an average new car transaction price was
For being
last
exact,
year.
I think it was 33.
2015, USA Today said it was 33,598 or something.
Right.
So let's say an
We rounded
adjustment
it
for
up
inflation to 35.
Right, exactly.
That's
And
what
we
a
sort of
new car
rounded
will
up.
cost you.
Well, I got to pick a new car and then round it up because I was really trying to stand at the 33 mark, but
Well, all right.
I get
mean,
it. I have
No, this is
I have
all
a
you're doing
myriad.
now is you're just making up for all the other times you went over it.
Right. And don't forget, like Zach prices are less than for the rest of us because Zach is the best negotiator we've ever met. So
He is. Yeah. If you need someone to buy a car for you.
Yeah, Zach's the one.
Yeah, I know people and know people.
Yeah.
He just knows how to make owners cry.
Yeah. All right.
So, Mike, are you going first?
I'll go first, as is tradition.
All right.
So $35,000. I have a number of needs. I found it a bit constraining with what was available. So I thought, all right. Usually I always throw a race car in there.
Right.
But a race car doesn't work if you don't have a trailer and you don't have something to pull it with and all of that.
Well, we used to do the thing where you had to also buy the trailer and the thing to pull
You
the
have
trailer.
to legitimately sort out your needs.
Right, exactly.
I couldn't I couldn't do it with the amount I had this time. Usually I have like 4 or 5 cars, but this time I only went for 2. So I thought, what's going to work? What am I going to enjoy to drive? What isn't going to get old? And what's in my budget? So I went E39 M5 because it's the greatest car, greatest sports sedan ever made.
Solid choice, yeah.
Zach and I used to try to keep those real quiet. Not that, we're the secret to E39 M5s, but they used to be very cheap. I found this one, which is 2001. It's a bit long in the tooth for me. I would have preferred a 3. But it has, I think, 120-something thousand miles on it.
It's a baby.
And it's 14.9 by it now. It's black on black.
All right, so those are obviously,
Well, it ticks a lot of boxes, right? It's got a back seat. I could take people to dinner. Not that I even like people, but there you go.
And we still have one in the fleet.
Oh man!
Because honestly, it's still one of the best sports sedans ever made.
Yeah.
If you want a full-size manual sedan.
Yeah. 400. That's one of the sweetest engines ever made.
Yeah.
It's just a great naturally aspirated V8, 400 horsepower. It doesn't come on so hard. It brings power through all the revs. It's got a get-rag gearbox in it that works perfectly.
Yeah. Well, it's also like one of the last big mid-size sports sedans that feels like an analog car.
Yeah.
Because after that, they started getting a little bit disconnected. That disconnected feel. That really combines that's the one that combines. That is such a good platform. Even if you're getting like the 540i, like just the regular V8 one. I mean, even like at that level, that's such a good platform.
And I think of their design to be rather timeless. So, I mean, you have to make sure the one you bought doesn't have some gobbed up wheels on it. But, make sure your wheels are correct. Address the headlights a little bit. Usually they're a little foggy around this time. You can put some projectors in there. And the last thing is the nav system. It's the first thing to date a car, right?
Yeah.
So, like that nav system uses brown as its like primary color. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Go to Home Best Buy or wherever.
It's like
Just
watching
get a
war
Pioneer
games.
And throw it in there. Yeah.
Would you like to play a game?
Yeah. It's real. It's real Excite Bike. It's a side scroller. But
exactly. I mean, but just put a suction cup and Waze on your phone. Oh, that's it. That's fine.
I have a feeling though that like you pull that car into, even if you go to Cars and Coffee or something, whatever, that car still looks cool. It's still, and shut the door. It's really satisfying.
Yeah.
Just have a good German door.
Coming to Classic Car Club on a weekend when members have our cars out and their cars are there, there's probably 3 or 4 of them in the club.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the most popular cars. Among guys are getting out and driving whatever else we could put in.
Yeah, it's
a
great driver.
Great car.
So
All right, good. How much was that again?
That was
14 and a half, but 14.9.
Wow, so you're pretty far down the road.
You get room for like 8 more cars the way you go.
Yeah, normally I do.
After you get a tuck in there and a few other things.
So I wanted to have like
there a
something that
tuck
was
in
fun.
there?
No, not this time. I wanted to have something that was fun, that I would enjoy driving, that wouldn't get old. And then on the other side, I need to have something a bit kind of quirky. I couldn't find a good Spec Miata racer for the money, which is near and dear to my heart. So I guess I'm doing a couple of gentleman track days in my M5, which is fine. However, I decided if I can't get the right car for my track driving nonsense, I picked up this, which is pretty killer, and I think it's beautiful. A 71 Ford F100, which I think is really your kind of a car.
I really like those. That's the F100, the later period F100s, an iconic automotive design, like the Bronco of its same vintage. I think that pickup is, to me, the most classy, elegant pickup.
Well,
ever.
this one also is 19.5. It's been owned by one guy. It's unrestored. He just kept it in great shape. And I picked this for a couple of reasons. One, I became a pickup truck daily driver this year. So the first time I've never had a sports car in my life. And I really like it. So I like driving a pickup truck. I get to do all sorts of things I would have never done before. And with that, I can put my non-street legal track bikes in the back, so I can still get my speed fix. Well, those are my only 2 choices.
Yeah, well, nicely done.
So wait, how much was the pickup?
19.5.
All right, so you're right
you got
there.
a couple grand left. You can buy a new stereo nav system for the
get rid of the
M5.
Brown Excite Bike.
Okay.
Nicely done, and it shows the evolution of Mike Portinello.
I think it's showing my age. It was,
it
was so ridiculously responsible.
All right,
to
so
do it myself.
I gotta put mine in order here.
So yours are okay.
All right, so amazingly, one of my picks from previous.
Come on, I remember
previous
that
after
one.
drives.
Yeah.
the Manifold M5, which I think they wanted like $42,000.
It was a
for
lot.
back then.
I think we had it in like the
Is that the one that
100,000.
you liked last time?
Yeah, it is.
That was in the 110,000 episode.
It's got the Alpina stripes and the interior. You gotta see this. I mean,
That's real.
That was it.
This
That
is a
was it.
thing of beauty.
Yeah.
It's back again. You know, it's got a motor swap. Kind of ticks all the boxes for me there. It's all.
At that price, you should just win the Jim Bauer Award.
I
Just
think
buy it.
I might have to. I mean, because
cool.
I remember this thing being way expensive, and now it's up here for $25,000. Buy it now.
See how good he is at
So-
buying things?
Yeah.
He
Zach
cuts
is
the
the
price
man.
in half before he even asks.
I just wait 2 years, 3 years, and it comes back around for me. So,
Patience.
so for me, you know, I've got 2 kids. I gotta have room to put in the back. I'm a real classic car guy, so I couldn't cover off my existence forever. That's something classic, and I think, you know, mid '80s now is it's classic.
No, you're right. And this one, and even with those really period correct stripes, those
Yeah.
Alpina stripes, I mean, like, that has really traveled well, low these many years, because,
Yeah.
like, I mean, some cars from that era look like crap. But
Right.
that just, if you want a period piece, if you want something that
It has the European look.
Yeah.
You know what else? My dad wasn't really a car guy. I'm a car guy. I never lusted the car that my dad had when I was a kid, but man, if my dad had that, I'd be like, I hope he leaves it for me. I hope he leaves it for me.
Yeah, but your dad wasn't a dentist, so you
No,
know,
it was
wasn't
cool.
gonna
I'm just
happen.
saying, like that. If you're picking it because you have kids, I think your
right.
kids will be happy that you picked it because of them as well.
Yeah, you know, this is the thing. It would. I can get my kids around it. I can satisfy my need for a classic car, a sports car. It's pretty heavily modified. I could probably do some gentlemanly track days in it, and you know, drive that in the summer. But it's such a beautiful thing, and we're on the East Coast. I wouldn't want to drive around salty roads in the winter.
Yeah.
So to cover off that need, and also keep 4 seats, I'm going to buy a Impreza RS, 2.5 RS.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I've seen, is that the one with the swap? I've seen this thing up on eBay for months.
Yeah, maybe. So, you know, that's where I think I can get away, because his asking price is $13,900, which would put me like a few thousand over. I'm going to get it down to like 11 or 12.
That is
But-
cool. I love the
But,
RSs. Those are great.
but you know, then I can drive in the winter. They can rust terribly, so I'll have to use some of my budget to buy a bunch of undercoating. And
You have no
glass.
budget left. You've already gone over it.
I'm going to take it out of your budget, and then blast the bottom of it.
He's going to drive it this summer as an Uber
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
And make up the money.
And now I've got winter covered off, and I can go ice racing. So I've got year-round racing and family hauling. And if this guy doesn't cave, I can buy this kind of clapped out 97 Impreza that has an RS.
You have a
drivetrain in it.
backup.
Yeah. So
Okay.
This is 9,500. That comfortably fits in. Nowhere near as cool, but we'll still get the job done. And it's got a hatch, so I have a little more utility. So.
Wow.
But I'm gonna go for the big one and get that done. So.
Good choices.
Yeah, year-round track and family hauling. Perfect.
Well done. Well
Yeah,
done.
that's good.
So far, I don't think we bought a car that was less than 25 years old or something, right?
I know. Well, the
Oh, no, my BMW.
yours,
was
yeah, the
25,
BMW
but-
was what, 16, 17,
Yeah.
something like that.
pretty old.
All right. So what else? Oh, you're
Well,
done. So
yeah, I'm done. Although I do have to make an honorable mention for Spinelli's Track del Sol. It's like this is like the renaissance of Afterdrive, because we're back. We're here on the drive, and one of our most popular shows ever has, you know, two of the cars that came from it are back on eBay right now.
Yeah, boomeranged
Coincidentally.
back. Yeah, I mean the Del Sol that.
And available for less money, which means we're crap at picking cars.
Well, no, his is more.
I think mine might be
it was
more,
$3,500. Now it's $4,500 with the same pick.
so that's the Afterdrive effect.
This guy, this is.
Yeah, they added it's like the bring a trailer effect.
Yeah.
It's like the Afterdrive effect.
But he's in
It's
for
an
the
extra
long
grand.
term. He is counting on the rising commodity value of track-ready Del Sols.
Right.
And he's hanging on to it until the sell price is right. You know.
Right.
So, yeah. There we go. I already sold
cool.
yours for you. Just buy that yours.
And then
You
I'm
got 30
sad.
grand to go.
Your first choice, which I'm looking at.
Oh, wait a minute. So here's what I did, right? So I needed, because I got to be fancy. I did
Right.
I have a theme to mine.
You're a bit more schmancy.
I'm a little schmancy. I'm less fancy, more schmancy.
Yeah, yeah.
I did, it's sort of in honor of the spring brides that will be wedding, young gentleman, apparently around.
Wow.
around
It's a really
uh,
weird
You really
association.
put
But yeah,
thesis
cool.
out there.
Yeah.
Is this,
Very,
do you
very
have a new
social.
job as a wedding chauffeur now?
No, but if I did, I picked a car like.
Wedding
You're gonna have to get the hair back.
Yeah.
So I picked, as a bride might pick her wardrobe, I picked something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue.
I'm curious what
You
was
can't
new.
borrow a car when you're supposed to buy one.
But I have an answer for that.
Okay, all right.
That's also a good point. Yeah.
And I also had to, so that meant I had to jam all those cars into the $35,000 cap.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Difficult.
that is, do you want to start at blue?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, yeah. That's how.
Blue.
So
it's
we'll
old.
start at blue. So when you're picking blue, right? For me, the best blues came out of BMW, right? Le Mans blue for the E39 M5 was my favorite color. For that,
Right.
they did.
Cosmic
they
black,
did-
which was almost blue, right?
Yeah, but
Is
they
that
also
cosmic-
they named their
cosmic- what was that
blues.
called?
Yeah, no, it had some other weird name.
Some
It was like a
spacey-
purpley black blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Liked it. Yeah.
but they named their really good blues after racetracks,
Yeah.
right?
GM too. Yeah.
So Imola and Interlagos.
Carbon black. That was the M5 color. That's
Carbon
what
black.
you should get in your M5.
Carbon black. Yeah.
Carbon black is blue. It's
blue.
beautiful.
Right. It's
Sorry.
sort of cobalt. It's almost
And even
it's
now,
deep cobalt.
But back to you,
Yeah,
Spinelli.
Yas Marina blue.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I found a car because this is the last car I picked because I picked blue last, but we were starting with it.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's fine. So it's Estoril blue, which isn't my number one favorite BMW blue, but it is on my top.
It's
BMW.
in the family.
Yeah, and there it is.
Great driver car.
So 1999 BMW Z3M or M. What was that called? Z3M.
Yeah, the M
C3,
Roadster.
yeah.
M Roadster.
Yeah, and this was the proper one with the M3 motor, right? Yeah.
Yes. So it's the 99. So it had the S52, I guess.
You have, and it fits one of your niches. You are a lover of two-seat roadster sports cars.
I am, and I make no apologies for that.
And then
which
you
a
also
lot of
like
people-
70s like pimporama cars too.
I
You
do
like
like-
them small and
yeah.
convertible, or ostentatiously
Right.
long and
I'll
poor
take
handling?
A Cordoba.
Yeah.
And
Ford LTD. It's like yours.
Roadster, right? Exactly.
My dad had a Ford, LTD.
Right.
Yeah. So I
if
didn't
your
want to
dad
do that.
had it, then it's on my list.
And
So
if,
he gave
and
it
if
to
your
my
mom
aunt.
had it, it's also on your list.
He gave it to my
cover up
aunt,
both.
and my aunt smashed it. That's what happened to that Ford LTD. Yeah.
So, this car, a little bit high on the mileage, but it fit perfectly at the end of my 4-car
4 cars.
Garage
Wow,
thing.
nice.
4 cars. All right. So that's blue.
So $9,000.
$9,000, yeah, for this.
Wow.
So $9,000, it's a
It's a great car for $9,000,
Great car for
isn't it?
$9,000.
You have a lot of fun in it.
yeah. I mean, a little bit of scuttle shake, right? So the front and the center want to kind of go in two different directions when you take a hard corner, as most roadsters do.
Yeah.
Obviously, like
That
they
makes it
fix
feel
that.
racy.
And the
Mid-corner
clown-
correction.
Yeah, mid-corner correction. The clown shoe, though, the fixed roof, the M Coupe, is now a car that's appreciated to ridiculous values.
So you're gonna ride that wave, man, with your
With the
with
Roadster?
Mike's mom's car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's number one. All right, so we started
So
with
number
blue.
2.
Now the second one is the borrowed one.
All right.
All right,
So you're borrowing this?
no.
You're taking
no.
over a lease? What are you doing?
No.
Oh, I know what it is.
This is the Saab.
The manufacturer borrowed the.
This is the Saab 97X, which Saab borrowed from the Chevy Trailblazer SS. So
Wow.
this is actually a Chevy Trailblazer SS.
Does that
with,
mean it
with
has
the
an
LS2.
LS motor?
As an
Oh,
LS2,
man.
Wow.
it's 360 horsepower, 390 pounds-feet.
I was
something
really
around
questioning your judgment until I learned there's a Saab SUV with an
Right.
LS
I'm
motor. I never
gonna-
even knew this
It
existed.
has
You
a
just-
Torsen instead of the,
I'm
Torsen
ending the
center
show
diff.
now. You just won with that. You did. It's literally borrowed. You made it
It's
all work.
literally borrowed.
And you got a
And-
great,
and
you got a
they
great
probably-
lump under the hood.
They probably
Right.
only made about 6 of them
I made
before.
600 or
And
something. of
Wow.
and you look a little bit like a Bernie voter in it.
And $4,000
$4
because
grand.
depreciation. Because and this is the Aero one, so it has the LS2.
Yeah.
It has a little bit beefier suspension and I guess bigger brakes. I mean, it has the Saab interior.
I
Because
don't
the
e-
Saab
I
interior
don't even
is
like
way
SUVs.
better than
I
the
might buy that.
Trailblazer interior.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm impressed.
You like?
Wow.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's the bar.
I like praise to you, man. That was a good one.
So we got blue, borrowed. All we need is new and old.
I think you got blue twice.
Here's newish
Whoa.
because we can't do new cars.
No, it's
newish.
It's a
2013.
toddler. It's a toddler.
Right. It's a
Yeah.
toddler.
Yeah, and what a bargain of a car for something.
So
new.
it's the Fiat 500 Abarth.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
All right, let's talk about it for a minute because first of all, in this framework, I could not afford the Ford Fiesta ST, which is arguably a better driving small car than this. But the Abarth is still a riot, and it sounds great.
We
and
put a
it's
lot of
cheap
miles
now.
on one. First of all, I think that the price per car. This is a car that Zach always says, some cars are made cheaply, other ones are made inexpensively. I think that's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
And
This is inexpensive. But it doesn't feel cheap. You have a beautiful,
Put some work into it.
perforated stitch leather steering wheel. The design is nice. It's got lots of Italian flair. It's a very, very cool car.
And that's a fun car to drive
Yeah.
because it's a little bit flat down low, but once you get it up into the revs, it becomes very lively. And sort of the sport of it is keeping it in the revs.
Right.
So you're always downshifting in before corners, and you're applying a bit of sort of sport driving or race technique to the roads. You're not outside the speed limit.
And honestly, one
Great
of
fun.
the best factory exhaust sounds of any car
Yeah.
I've ever owned.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
in a room full of Ferraris and other stuff,
Sounds
this thing fired up, and everyone would turn around and look at it.
Yeah.
And the only car we ever bought from the factory came with no muffler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
There you go.
Just one.
Abarths are
Yeah.
they're lunacy.
Yeah.
This is great about them.
So 13 grand, and basically you get probably the cheapest Italian sports car that still makes you feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason they're so undervalued. You know, like I know they're not quite a Mini Cooper because a Mini Cooper's a little bigger and whatever, but
And they don't have great quality control stuff. I mean, they've had some issues.
But
and stuff,
they were cheap to start with. Like
Yeah.
a similarly spec Mini was 30 to 40% more money new, and they hold their value. And these things were cheap to start with, and they tanked, so they're
Right.
super bargains. I don't know why. I think they're such a cool car.
Yeah.
But why?
I think because they're
why you can buy one, practically brand new for 13 grand.
I know, it's amazing.
I would imagine
And
this
there are a
is,
bunch
this
out
is
there
a
like
guess,
that.
but I'd imagine in Europe they're much more appreciated. 'cause
I would
they're
think
used
so,
to
yeah.
small
Maybe.
cars. I mean, in America, it's a little cute car, but it's not. It's like an angry little animal.
Yeah.
And so people who want an angry animal don't look for the Fiat,
Yeah.
and people who want a cute car don't want an angry. So it's
Yeah,
I
well-
like it. I think it's really cool.
And underappreciation breeds collector value in the future. So
Exactly.
hang on to that thing.
So
That'll
we'll
be
see.
cool.
I'm a big fan of cars that aren't 600. I love 600 horsepower cars, but there's something about low horsepower. You can
Yeah.
really get into it. Public roads.
So you have
Totally.
spent.
All right, so we got blue-
23.
You need old.
27.
Blue borrowed, new, blue borrowed, new, and now we need old.
Old. Wow.
So we needed something old, and
Very
I think that-
Empire.
well, it's
Was it
Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk
Well,
Empire?
it's would be it's a
After
little.
that.
It's more like Godfather 2. I think. Actually, no, Godfather 1.
One, yeah.
So I think like the old adage about the V12 that everybody should own a V12 sometime in their life. I think everybody should own a straight 8 at some point.
wow.
Because the thing about the straight 8 is that in the 50s or especially in the late 40s and kind of the early 50s, it was the pinnacle of American smooth luxury power, right? Where an inline, you got that great balance, and you got the torque.
Yeah, so it was zzz.
Exactly right. It was just like you just didn't feel it.
Yeah, I never drove a straight 8.
Well,
Drove a straight 12.
So one of
Jag
my old
engines.
Jalopnik cohorts, Ben Wadilia, got one of these. So by the way, I should say what it is. It's a 1949 Packard. What is it? Wait a minute.
Super 8
Super
touring
8
sedan.
touring, yeah.
I'm a sucker for anything that says super in the name.
Super 8
Yeah.
touring sedan.
Super big.
Right. So it's the 327 cubic inch straight 8.
What kind of horsepower is that produced, do you know?
Like
it like-
160.
is it 80?
It's like 160,
right.
270 or 280 torque. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And these days you would call that a Grand Coupe or something.
Right. That is.
But
But look at that thing. I mean,
Pretty, isn't it?
And the thing about 50s and late 40s cars is that nobody really wants them. There's no real great appreciating market for it.
which is crazy because they're such like incredibly crafted things. you know?
Yeah.
Its
they
grill
really
needs
are.
to be bigger,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, you got to have a Packard, right? At some point in your life to experience experience what American luxury was after the war, we were getting back up. Everybody's getting back on their feet. This was a car that was probably designed in the late 30s. So
choices.
I think you solidly won. You know, we're getting old. We made kind of safe choices.
You know what? I wanted to bring it this time.
Yeah.
It's been brought in.
Wow.
Yeah. It was the Saab SUV though. I mean,
Is that the one that did it?
kinda
I mean,
is,
for
yeah.
$4,000, like, how do you not buy an LS2? I mean, even just for $4,000, the LS2 is
The M
probably.
Roadster is solid. It's a bit ugly, but it's solid. I'm a Z4
Yeah.
and coupe kind of a guy. It's
Yeah.
all good. I like my pickup truck. I'm happy with it.
Those are great.
I'll see you at the racetrack. My bike's in the back.
Yeah. I'm happy with my choices, but like I said, I think I played it safe compared to you guys, especially you.
No, I played it pretty safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look.
you played safe, but you have 2 modern cars in there.
You know, I think you can call that E28 classic.
E28's classic.
I mean,
true,
we're talking
that's
about
true,
a
that's
30-year-old car at this
You're
point.
right. You're right.
How old does it have to get?
It's timeless.
And
Good
you know,
choice, Zach.
it's had some modifications that'll make it run like a classic, like individual throttle bodies and stuff. You know, it's not. I'm not going to be doing cross-country trips trouble-free in it.
Right.
So I'll earn my medal.
Cool.
Wow,
All
there
right.
you go. And so, of course, that leaves it to you guys to look on eBay. There's no connection between us and eBay. This is all just because eBay is the easiest thing to find. I mean, I guess, eBay is just a place where all of this stuff can be found easily. And so find your picks, 35,000. Put them in the comments below. We'll be around to comment. You can comment on our picks, obviously, because we're not shy. You can
And
leave
someone
any
buy
comments
his
you want.
Saab. Unless you
Someone
do.
buy-
I
look-
will give you a T-shirt.
Someone buy the Saab and then let me drive it.
Yeah,
I want to see what it's like. I'm
Yeah.
curious. One of the things I haven't driven.
Does
exactly.
it still have the key in the center console, even in the SUV?
No, because it's
I don't
borrowed.
think they did that.
Because it's borrowed. They wouldn't
Or
have
is
it in
that the
most of
one that they spent more money to do that because they had to? Like that was like
The signature.
Like
that
left
was the
hand,
signature.
left hand
yeah.
Porsche.
I don't know. We'll have to find that out. And yeah, if you buy any of the cars on our thing, you get the Jim Bauer Award.
Yeah. Your building's about to blow
I
down.
don't
Yeah,
know.
seriously.
There's a huge storm going on outside, but
It's that coastal living life.
exactly. We'll be back again the next After Drive from the Drive studio.
Yeah, the
we
drive.
still don't know how to say that in a less awkward way. And come back. We're going to be back every week this season, and we'll have more stuff like this on After Drive. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.